So it has been a long time since I've done a video like this. I want to say it was probably either March or May, one of the months of 2021, and I thought I was doing pretty good. I had a lot of videos. Okay, not a lot. I had like 10 videos, but I was being consistent. They were weekly, so and I was doing my best, and I stopped, and there's a reason I stopped, and that's why I want to talk about in this video today, is why I stopped and how I've made steps so I start making videos again. So really, my biggest issue was the time that it took to make these videos, and not so much the recording time, because the recording time really didn't take me a long time to do. I take a lot of time to think about what I want to talk about. I write down a full script. I mean write it, I don't type it. I'm all about pencil and paper. Definitely we'll talk about one day the process of coming up with an idea, writing an idea, and everything like that, and making that idea into a video such as this. What I found was the time that it took me to come up with the idea, write down the idea, film it, and then edit it, I was spending more time in the setup and the tear down. Now I'm sure you're thinking, well, you could just set it up and leave it up, and you're totally right, and if I had the space to do that, I totally would, but I do, and maybe honestly, I do have the space, but I can't work like that. I can't work with, it feels like a mess to me. And I found myself spending so much more time with the setup and the teardown than I did with any other part of the video. You know, not only was there the camera, but then I would have the teleprompter on there, and then I would have a stand for my key light, and then I would have a stand for my backlight, and then I would have a reflector mounted up next to me, so there would be another stand for that. So that's already taken up a lot of floor space. And then the boom mic, I would have a stand with a boom mic on it, so there's another stand. All these stands taking up all this floor space, and yeah, sure, I could have just, again, shoved it all in a corner, but that feels messy to me. I can't work in a messy environment. I like things clean, very organized. I like things to be put back in their place. So after I would get everything set up, and after I would get everything the way that I was happy with. It wasn't even always perfect in my mind, but I was at least happy with it. Then I would shoot it, and it wouldn't even take me that long to shoot it, and then I would be tearing it down and putting everything back away. And it was even to the point, like, I couldn't just leave like a wire connected to something. No, like, everything had to be taken apart, wound up, put away, and everything, and that took so long. And another big reason that I couldn't just leave it there is I have 3 young children. That's a lot of expensive stuff to just leave standing around for them to come running in and trip on, but also more than them destroying something expensive, it's their safety as well. You know, the lights and even the stands themselves are very heavy, and they can fall over and hurt somebody, and that's the last thing I want. By the time I was set up, I basically lost interest in doing it. You know, I spent that 30 minutes setting up, and then something came up, and I would have to go ahead and either shove it off in a corner, and then it'd be late at night, and it's too late to do any filming or anything. I gotta put the kids to bed, and if you're a parent of young children, you know that you have to be in bed as well, or they're not going to bed. So I worked hard to come up with a solution to this problem. So setup and tear down are just within maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And I think I came up with a solution. So that's what I want to talk about in this video, is my solution, and something I had to be okay with, and something I have a very hard time being okay with is compromise. I like to do everything to my best ability. I am a professional filmmaker. I make commercials, I make social media content for my employer, so I have all of the professional gear to use. And because I have it, I believe if you have it, you use it. But the problem is with professional gear, it does take a few minutes to set up and get ready. So I had to come to the point that I realized that this is something I really want to do, and the only way for me to be able to do it now is to compromise and come up with a solution to where I can still get somewhat the quality that I desire for these kind of videos, but it's in a small space. It can be easily set up and then taken down, put away as I like. So this setup is what I've deemed my one-eyed, one-legged, 3-tentacle monster. And to be honest, eventually I might add a 4th tentacle. So to go over my setup, first off, camera. the Canon Eos R with the 15 to 35 millimeter lens. Then where it gets interesting is what I've done on top of the camera. I've attached a small rig handle to the hot shoe of the camera, and on that I have 3 friction arms attached. One has my light, one has my microphone, and the other one has my phone attached to it. So first off, to my left is the Aputure MC LED light. And this is a fantastic light. I have seen 1,000 reviews on it since it came out. And of course, people hype up things more than it was, but the hype that this thing got is well deserved. This is an absolutely amazing light. And for the past 3 years, I've had Aputure's Mini Armin light, which is also a fantastic light and still is, and I still use it. So the reason I decided to go with Aputure's new mini light was, the big thing was because of the cover, so I could light myself with a nice soft light. The other was because I wanted to fine tune the Kelvin temperature to what I desired and to match the room. I do not like using auto white balance. I like to be able to control my white balance 100%. And then what also is really, really nice is to be able to control the whole thing with my phone. Speaking of my phone, which is to my right, Moment came out with this fantastic bracket that is magnetic, that screws onto my friction arm, and my phone magnetizes to that. So right now on my phone, I actually have the settings for the light so I can control it. But actually the reason I put my phone here was so that I could have my notes right there, right near the lens, so I could see it out of the corner of my eye without having to keep looking up and down or over or bringing my phone up. That's just right there in the corner, and I could just take a quick glance over without having to do too much movement and just take a quick look. And then lastly, right above me is the Rode VideoMic NTG, which is an absolutely amazing on-camera microphone because it's not just an on-camera microphone. I love Rode shotgun mics. I think they're incredible. I've used the NTG3 since 2019, fantastic microphone. When the NTG5 came out from Rode, I went and I bought that, and I love that microphone. And when I saw that they had the NTG video mic, I knew I had to have it, and it was a fantastic purchase. So with my camera and everything attached to that, that is all mounted on top of my Sirui video monopod. And I absolutely love monopods. I take them with me on all my filming and all my photography gigs. It is a crucial item to have. If you've never used one, get one. So what's great about this, I have my camera, I have my light, I have my microphone, all on top of a monopod. So that's less floor space. And if I were to get started on a video and something came up and I need to get everything out of the way, gonna sit in the corner a whole lot better than all the other stands and everything I would have. Now, as I said, this has been a huge compromise for me. This is not easy, but I am very happy with the results of this compromise. Typically, I would have my Rode NTG5 connected to my Zoom F8N, and then I would have my Atmos Ninja 5 connected to my camera. And then for my key light, I would use one of my lower end lights, the Godot 60 watt. Then I would use it for a backlight and light up the room, the GVM LED panels. And of course, that is going to look and sound much better than what I'm producing right now. But at the same time, I really want to create content. I really want to do these videos, and the setup was getting in the way for me to do this. So compromise had to happen. Yes, I wish I had the time and the room to just set up my professional gear and always do videos like that. But more than I wanted to use my professional gear and to have the professional setup, I want to do these videos. And I want to do these videos to help and inspire you and others to do videos like this and to chase your dreams. And it just kind of came to the conclusion that sometimes they're compromised. Now, sometimes people say compromise, like you can't go out with your friends, less time with your family, maybe you got to put off a hobby or something. I wasn't willing to do any of that stuff because I believe in living, and I want to spend more of my time living and living that life with friends and family and doing things with them, and a whole lot less time for setting up for a 10 to 15 minute video. So thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this. I hope this has helped you. Be sure to check out my page on Kit so you can see all the things I am using to have this little setup. And lastly, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I was all over the place. I'm talking to myself now. I'm critiquing myself. I find it helpful to talk to myself. So that was a lot of rambling. Probably should have made the notes on your phone. Definitely have the notes ready on your phone next time. Ah.